Hi, this is David from Dark Ivy Consulting, and today I'm attacking a Windows 7 PC. I'm looking at the results of a vulnerability scan I executed on a Windows 7 PC. I used a security auditing tool called Nessus Professional to create the report. Of course, we know we shouldn't be using Windows 7 PCs because support on them was discontinued years ago. I just wanted to see what a report from Nessus Professional would look like. What I have here in the results, especially in the red zone, are some serious CVEs, that is, common vulnerabilities and exposures. As far as CVEs go, MS17010 is a famous one. It represents a group of vulnerabilities known as EternalBlue. EternalBlue is a big deal because it allows an unauthenticated attacker to completely take over the computer. It was a vulnerability unknown to Microsoft for years until the exploit was leaked by the shadow brokers. The exploit itself is highly technical and it exploits the server message block protocol, which is enabled by default on Windows. Running the exploit these days isn't that complicated. EternalBlue is built into a framework called Metasploit. So by learning how to use Metasploit, one learns how to exploit EternalBlue. Metasploit is a framework for creating and deploying exploits. It's used by security researchers like me, and also the baddies. When I launch Metasploit, I choose which CVE I want to use and select my payload. There's just a few settings to configure, like the target address, no big deal here. Now I run the exploit, and what you see is essentially hacking automated. I now have control of the remote computer. The way I demonstrate this is by launching the command prompt and asking, "Who am I?" You can see that I'm issuing commands as if I am the operating system itself. Okay, so what would a baddie do next? I can tell you the two most important things. They are maintaining access and covering your tracks. One way I can maintain access is by creating a new Windows user for myself. Then I'll add them to the local administrators group. And when covering tracks, I might as well just clear the Windows logs. Hey, maybe if your computer has no logs, that's an indicator of compromise. With complete control over the computer, one would expect a baddie to install a keystroke logger to capture the personal information of any computer users. And most concerning would be that this computer is now a point inside the facility where we can pivot to a more high-value target. If you're like me and you work in the building automation industry, then you might recognize an issue here. In many buildings, there is a neglected computer that runs the building management system. These computers are installed with the building automation system when the building is commissioned and are often outside of the scope of IT. This problem is actually rather common because businesses regularly operate with legacy software that requires older OS support. Computers that can't be updated to a new operating system for business reasons must be treated with extra caution, and they must be moved to an isolated and monitored network. I'm David from Dark Ivy, and this has been Attacking a Windows 7 PC.